13 years ago, a guy who couldn't even dream of getting a single subscriber became the biggest YouTuber on the planet. I'm talking about MrBeast, a name that's now synonymous with insane challenges, jaw-dropping generosity, and a work ethic that's out of this world. Recently, he was offered $1 billion to sell his channel. In Indian rupees, that's a mind-blowing 8,542 crores. Imagine having that kind of money dangled in front of you, and then saying no. But that's exactly what he did. Why? Because MrBeast didn't want to work under anyone else's rules. He wanted to keep running his YouTube empire his way. Today, his main channel boasts over 340 million subscribers, leaving giants like T-Series in the dust, while his other channels combined have more than 60 million subscribers. But here's the thing. His journey wasn't all glitz and glamour. You'd be shocked to know how tough it was for him in the beginning, how many times he nearly gave up, and how much grit it took to get where he is. So, in this video, we were going deep into MrBeast's story, right from his humble beginnings, to figure out how a regular middle-class kid named Jimmy turned into the world's #1 YouTuber. Buckle up, because this is one wild ride. It all starts in 1988 in a small town in Kansas, USA, where James Stephen Donaldson was born into a middle-class family. Back then, no one, not his parents, not his neighbors, not even little Jimmy himself, could have imagined he'd one day rule YouTube. His mom called him Jimmy, a nickname that stuck with him for life. Growing up, Jimmy wasn't your typical kid. He didn't care much for school. While other kids were busy with homework, Jimmy was daydreaming about something bigger. He figured out pretty early that academics weren't his thing, and instead of forcing himself down that path, he decided to chase what actually excited him. When he was old enough, he gave college a shot. He enrolled in a university, but after just 2 weeks, he was done. He couldn't stand it. There was no spark, no passion, so he made a bold move. He dropped out. Now, this didn't go over well with his mom, and you can't blame her. His parents had split up back in 2007, leaving her to raise Jimmy and his older brother CJ on her own. Like any mom, she wanted stability for her boys, a good education, a steady job, the usual stuff parents dream of. But Jimmy had a different vision. He sat her down and explained what he wanted to do with his life. He promised her he wouldn't fail, that he'd make something of himself. It took some convincing, but eventually, she came around and started supporting him. That brings us to 2012, the year Jimmy took his first real step into the YouTube world. Now, you might think this is when the MrBeast channel we know today was born, but hold on. It's not that simple. His actual first channel was something most people don't even know about. It was called Beast5T, and it was all about gaming. He'd post videos about Minecraft, Call of Duty, whatever he was playing at the time. But here's where he hit a snag. To grow Beast5T, Jimmy tried a trick called sub for sub. If you're not familiar, it's when you subscribe to someone else's channel and they subscribe back. It's a quick way to boost your numbers, right? Well, not really. Jimmy soon realized this was a dead end. Sure, his subscriber count went up, but those weren't real fans. They weren't watching his videos or engaging with his content. It was all fake growth. No organic views, no real connection. He had an epiphany. This might get him a temporary ego boost, but it wouldn't make him a successful YouTuber. So, he did something drastic. He deleted Beast5T entirely and started over. A few months later, he launched a new channel called MrBeast 6000, the one that would eventually become the MrBeast empire we know today. In those early days, he stuck to what he knew. Gaming videos and commentary. Think Minecraft playthroughs, Call of Duty tips, that kind of stuff. It was basic, but it was a start. This was the real beginning of his YouTube journey, and back in 2012, he had no clue just how much patience and hard work it would demand. It's a lesson for all of us. The bigger the dream, the longer and tougher the road. His first taste of real success didn't come until 2017, but the 5 years leading up to that were pure hustle. From 2012 to 2013, he kept grinding with gaming content, but the response wasn't what he'd hoped. Views were low, growth was slow, and he knew he had to switch things up. So in 2013, he started experimenting. He tried all sorts of random ideas, like a series where he roasted other YouTubers' video intros. It was quirky, it was fun, and it worked. That series gave his channel a nice little boost, and by 2015, he'd hit 5,000 subscribers. Not massive, but it was progress. At this point, Jimmy was like a scientist studying the platform. What makes a video go viral? What keeps viewers hooked? Back then, YouTube had tons of content, but not many creators were doing wild, out-of-the-box stuff like counting for hours. That journey taught him how to crack YouTube's code. Then, late in 2017, he dropped a game changer, giving a homeless man 100. This wasn't just another video. It was a whole new vibe. Donation and charity content was rare back then, and here was this guy handing $100 to a random homeless person on camera. It showed off his brilliant mind and his big heart, and people loved it. By this time, his channel was making decent money, but instead of pocketing it, he poured it back into his videos. He wanted to keep growing, keep pushing the boundaries of what YouTube could be. Giving away your own hard-earned cash isn't easy, but it struck a chord with his audience. That video built an emotional connection and became an instant hit. Soon after, he upped the ante with donating $30,000 to random Twitch TV streamers. Imagine being a small-time streamer and suddenly getting thousands of dollars from this random YouTuber. He started the trend of sending massive super chats to random creators, a trend that's still alive and kicking today. It's proof of how visionary MrBeast is. His videos don't follow trends, they create them. Even years later, they feel just as fresh and exciting. Next, he revisited his counting idea with counting to 200,000. It was simple on the surface, but it showed that even as a growing YouTuber, he was still putting in the same effort he did back in the early days. Around this time, his style started evolving big time. His thumbnails became a work of art. Bright colors, bold designs, impossible to ignore. He'd mastered the art of thumbnail design, and it's a huge reason his videos stand out. Even in a crowded YouTube feed, you can spot a MrBeast thumbnail from a mile away. That's not an accident. He figured out early that a great thumbnail is half the battle. He also cracked another YouTube secret: audience retention. It's not just about getting clicks, it's about keeping people watching. In every video, he hooks you right at the start. He tells you what's coming, teases the wildest moments, and keeps you glued to the screen. Then came more charity hits like tipping a pizza delivery guy $100. This high-risk, high-reward style became his signature. These videos cost a fortune to make. Big production budgets, cash prizes, the works. If they flopped, he could have been in serious trouble. But he didn't overthink it. He took the risk and it paid off massively. Of course, with fame came rumors. Some people claimed he was using fake money or not paying winners. MrBeast didn't let that slide. He shut down the allegations fast, proving every dollar in his videos is real, and every winner gets their prize. By 2021, he was a global name, but one video took him to another level: his real-life Squid Game. He recreated the Netflix show with real people and a massive cash prize, and it exploded. That video has more views than Netflix's own Squid Game series. After that, everyone on YouTube and beyond knew who MrBeast was. He didn't stop there. He launched regional channels for fans worldwide, like MrBeast Hindi for Indian viewers. Post-Squid Game, he kept breaking records. By 2021, he had 50 million subscribers. Then, in just 1 year, 2022, he added another 50 million, hitting 100 million. That's unreal growth. Today, his main channel sits at over 340 million subscribers, and he's still the same down-to-earth guy. He's got 2 businesses, MrBeast Burger and Feastables Chocolate, raking in millions and making him one of the richest YouTubers ever. But it's not just about money for him. He runs Team Trees, a nonprofit that plants a tree for every dollar donated. Recently, he teamed up with football legend Cristiano Ronaldo for a collab video on Ronaldo's channel. In just 6 days, it racked up over 40 million views, a clear sign of how much people adore him. MrBeast is an inspiration to millions, showing that a middle-class kid with a dream can rise to the top. Taking risks might not pay off right away, but with hard work and stubborn determination, success will come knocking. So what's the takeaway? MrBeast's story isn't just about crazy videos or big money. It's about passion, persistence, and thinking bigger than anyone else. From counting numbers for hours to giving away millions, he's redefined what it means to be a YouTuber. And he's not done yet. Who knows what he'll do next? One thing's for sure, it'll be epic. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, and here's a little hook to keep you hooked. From a broke kid to rejecting 1 billion, stick around to see how MrBeast's wild ideas change the game forever.